What's up, guys? How are we doing? How are we doing? Excuse the tired eyes. It's been a long week, but we got 2 new subscribers this week. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys and welcome to the team. I recommend my trauma dumping playlist. Gets you to know me, what this channel is, why it is. Got Discord, Twitch, building the Daily Bugle, Fortnite, CTR. But if you are just here for the one video, thank you for your support. It means the world. Now, I kind of wanted to talk about, I guess, the last video I made, the YouTube is changing video, and kind of talk a little bit more about that. Yeah, like the first 20 minutes of it are about, how YouTube's changing and whatnot, and like, and then the next 20 minutes are about film. It's a big video that's not that makes decent points, but is all over the place and not very well put together. I should have made it 2 different videos, but basically what I'm trying to say, first of all, I can't believe that talking about AI seems to be the brazen subject that it is. Okay, and I don't understand where you guys are at to the, big YouTubers that hate AI. You sure don't seem to comment when your opinion isn't the popular one, but whatever. YouTube has been changing for a long time. I'm not saying that AI is what's changing it. What I'm saying that YouTube has been changing for a long time, and I think AI couldn't have came at a worse time. Right? 20 years ago, when people started making videos, they didn't know the reward. They started making videos because they wanted to. A lot of the big YouTubers that you see today have been on here for what, like 10 to 20 years, man, with Game Theory and MatPat retiring and Veritasium, the science channel, the physics channel. They're very, very informative, very good. Uh, the guy that created that channel is on his way to retiring, and like, um, they created because they wanted to create, and then just happened to get a big audience and a large chunk of change doing it to where they could make their own business sprout out and make better content. They didn't know that that was going to be the result. That wasn't the reason they were making the videos. Then you fast forward to 2015, 2017, where people are seeing the results, where people are seeing that, oh shit, like you can make money on, like, Twitch and streaming came out, and like now the bar for entry is anybody's ball game. Like anybody can try. People started getting into YouTube for the reward. They saw that you could get rich doing it, and so everybody wanted to do it. You ask a kid what if they want to be today, their number one answer is an influencer. Everybody wants to do it because now they know the reward. Which, and there's a reason why, those videos change the setting for 100,000 views, or quickest, easiest ways to use AI to make money and make off YouTube, whatever. There's a reason why those get millions of views, and that's because millions of people want to put in low effort to make money on YouTube. And I can't say that I blame people for that. Like, look, who wants to work a 9 to 5? I get it. I get wanting to make quick money, but my point is an important part of the creative process is lost when you're making videos just for the numbers and the money and the reward, rather than just making videos to do it. Because of this, brought on a whole new era of content, man, of people just doing the most insane, stupid, vile things for views. And like, people have died for views. Some of the shit that I have seen, I just honestly cannot believe exists. And at this point, nothing surprises me anymore. I mean, fucking spraying Raid on shit in stores, recording yourself or streaming while driving and bragging about driving recklessly, and fucking then streaming the wreck that you inevitably got in because now you have content. promoting your OnlyFans to kids because you found a loophole on YouTube. Like, the lengths people will go to for internet fame is insane. Going and fucking with customer service workers, going and fucking literally committing assault, being Jack Doherty, going around being a douchebag with your bodyguards, not even caring what you look like, knowing everybody hates you, but because of that hate, you're getting views, and that spawned a whole new category of fucking people like Clavicular or Andrew Tate that just say the most extreme bullshit, hateful, goddamn shit to get up there in views. And then now we have this landscape of millions of influencers making money doing this. But how many of them are actually doing this because they enjoy creating or have anything to say or care about community or how they're impacting society? A minority of them, for sure. And yes, that's just a basic observation, and low effort content. The reason why I brought up Adam Ivy and the algorithm changes in January is because it was all about quality control. And then in the last 6 months, I think the quality of YouTube has gone down. Like, so if the changes to the algorithm wasn't really for quality control, what were they for? And I genuinely think it's to get to where it's harder for smaller channels to grow because they don't want people behind a camera. What I'm trying to say is the bubble for getting in and making a career out of this for 20 years and making millions and whatever, I think has burst, and low effort content, I mean, shit, like, that's always been a thing, but at this capacity, like shorts, for example. I know you've seen this. Just a re-upload of a scene from a show with a god-awful filter on it that makes them look 20 years older than they are, with the god-awful song playing behind it, slowed down, with the fucking meme bang sound that plays every 5 seconds. And then you go to the comments, and what's the comment? Oh, pinned. Please like and subscribe if you like my content. And it's like, how can you not call that low effort? Yes, I think that shit like that was grooming you to get ready for AI. I think that's why so many people are accepting of AI channels, because we were practically already there. That's as close to just mimicking content as you can get. Sure, they put in the work to, I guess, add the song and edit the clips together. And that's more effort than it is to make an AI video. But, like, God, my content, you re-uploaded a scene to a show and threw on a song that you didn't make on it, threw a filter on it. And then you're begging for people to subscribe in the comments. 430 videos. I've never asked anybody to like and subscribe. I'm assuming if you want to like, you'll do so. If you want to sub, you'll do so. I don't need to ask you to do that. I don't need to constantly remind you to do that. And that's the thing. Those people that are creating those shorts, they don't give a shit who they're attracting. They don't give a shit who subs or what their audience is or what the reflection of the community they build is. They just want to make money. They just want to pump out the quickest, easiest shit that they can, make money, and get out of Dodge. And AI now coming to play, I just think couldn't be coming at a worse time because, yeah, we're used to not just in YouTube, even in Hollywood, like, used to just shitty movies or shitty, like, low effort content. And so now when AI comes along, like, it's I can see why people are accepting it so easily. Like, a lot of people thought there would be more pushback, but nah, some people don't even realize it's real. Some don't care. Why would they? They were already watching low effort content to begin with. What is low effort content? Who am I to call it low effort when I just sit here and talk? But at the end of the day, AI cannot create, it can only mimic. So you are never actually making something. I have people in my Discord that fucking can render and are actual artists that are fucking talented. And what I hope AI does not do, and the entire point of talking about AI in the first place isn't to demonize it, is to say that I hope people don't stop. I hope the creativity within people doesn't stop. I hope people like in my Discord that can, fucking that are artists that can render and like I hope they don't think to themselves, well, what's the point? What's the point in continuing to do this, have this skill and practice this when AI can just do it like that, And while I do believe the bubble for getting in here and getting rich doing it and getting a following is bursting, I think in a way that might circle back to people just creating because they want to create. And maybe that never gets rewarded, maybe it doesn't. But what I can say is just one person watching is a reward enough. Just me getting on here to talk about my day, to express my thoughts and get it out is reward enough. I don't care if this channel succeeds or fails. I just hope people don't stop being creative. When there's a technological advancement, right? Cursive, right? There's an uproar about that not being taught in schools anymore. I write in cursive, and honestly, you never need to sign your name anymore. And when you do, you don't even need to write it in cursive, and it's usually on an electronic pad or something. And so you could argue that writing in cursive is obsolete. White teaching, right? You could argue that, but you could make that argument with anything. Why do math on pencil and paper when you have a calculator? Why worry about writing correctly and punctuation whenever, AI can just fucking take your paragraph, reassemble it to make it look more professional, or it auto corrects for you. Like, I still think it's important to know these things, especially math. Math you use every fucking day. People talk about, you learn this shit in school but never use it. Math you use every day. When you go grocery shopping, when you pay bills, it helps to be good at math. And knowing that stuff is important. And so my point is like I hope that the thing AI could replace is creativity or the willingness to try to create anyway, even when you know your content isn't going to stack up to the AI content just because you want to. And I hope that people keep using their voices, keep being creative, and keep putting themselves out there, keep being the artists that they are, whatever the art is. And I hope AI doesn't extinguish that, is all I'm trying to say. And yes, if it offends you that I say, if you're an AI artist, you're not an artist, I don't care. I don't. Why should I? Get bent. We haven't even talked about AGI, right? And how that's projected to be here in the next 10 years, or how the godfather of AI stepped down after creating it, kind of like an Oppenheimer situation. Not that you knew who Oppenheimer was before the fucking movie. And tweets from actual AI business CEOs saying if AGI means the extinction of man, then I'm for it. That's a literal tweet I could go pull right now. We haven't even talked about that. I'm just talking about art and creativity. So like, pull your head out of your ass. I can't believe out of everything that I've talked about on here, this is what's got the most pushback. AI. Like, yes, I recognize most of you want to cut corners and make money the easiest way possible. I recognize it. Believe it. Believe me. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. But I do see something wrong with you not acknowledging it. just getting mad that people call it out. Just admit that, yeah, you don't make videos because you want to, you make it for the money. That's fine, man. But also stop pretending like you're a better artist than the entire boys team or fucking directors or whatever because you wrote a prompt. Real, like, I just want you to be realistic with yourselves, is all. Instead of fucking acting like you painted the Mona Lisa, you know? And recognize that, yeah, the more of you that are willing to make AI channels and flood YouTube with low effort content like that, the more you're paving the way for creativity to be diminished, for AI to just take over the platform completely in the future. And if you're all right with that, that's fine. But I just wish for once in this lifetime, I would see people just take a little bit of fucking accountability, recognize what I'm saying instead of just getting mad in the first 5 minutes and not watching the rest. Because there is validity to what I'm saying here. And we live in this time where facts don't matter, where people don't understand that if you're going to make a point or if you're going to debate, you need to be putting your thesis, body of evidence, conclusion. Instead, you just put the thesis, back it up with nothing, and pretend it's fact. We're getting more stupid the more technology evolves, the more we're getting impacted to think by our favorite influencer, and that's just a fact. Look around. If that hurts some feelings, I don't give a shit. Get over it. It's true. Disliking this video, getting mad isn't going to make it any less true. Okay. Like the sheer irony in low effort channels, AI channels, disliking, using the don't recommend feedback tool on a fucking channel that's actually being genuine to drag it down is impeccable. You're disliking a video that says keep creating. That's the general consensus of it if you'd actually watch it, but whatever. So yes, YouTube is changing. It's going to continue to change and for the worse. But I hope that at the end of the day, people still try. People still create for the love of the game because they want to, because they want to put themselves out there, not because they expect any reward, but because they want to put themselves out there. That's why this used to be such a wholehearted platform. That's why like this platform was successful, was because of the people that were on it weren't fucking people that were on Kick, like, but now half the people on here might as well be. You know what? The first video I got on whenever I got on YouTube today, you know what the first video that popped up was? Oh, how ugly Supergirl is. And then it's some 30-second short about how this woman's ugly and how she's shitty and blah, Supergirl is the worst and oh my fucking, oh man, I have standards apparently, but I'm gonna go jerk it to Sydney Sweeney, Miss Heroin Eyes, because she showed her tits that one time in Euphoria. But this bitch is ugly and I'm gonna pretend like if she asked me out, I would not go for it. Sure. Get the fuck over yourself. Stop pretending like you have standards and call it what it is when this is what content is. Yes, I'm not surprised that AI is taking off. Be proud of that. Get mad. It's not gonna fucking change anything. Now I actually have to go do stuff today instead of pout in my mother's basement while I try to figure out a get rich quick scheme. So, bye.